All right, we are live.
Yes, we are.
Look at everybody. Oh my God, look at all our favorite people are here. Well, not all of them, but many of them.
Many
Goddess
of
Katie is here. N. Gibson is here. Ghost Bunny, Dolly, Alex, Music Guy, Grand Priest, Selva, Secular,
rarity.
Rarity. Okay, great. Where's our
Um,
queen? Our queen is not showing up these days,
I bet
but
she's
it's good.
asleep. That's
All right.
actually good. She needs more sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
um.
Yes.
Uh. Well, music
So,
guy saying that my badge doesn't show. That's weird. But I mean, you had access to this, so that means you're still a member.
well, Music Guy is a patron, so that's why.
No, I think music guy might also be a member though.
Weird. It's
Mysterious.
a. It's weird.
Uh,
All right.
Hi,
Cool. Cool.
Susanna.
Cool.
Hi, Harshit, and everyone else.
All right,
Um.
guys. Thank you. Thank you to Soha, Goddess Katie, and Grand Priest Selva for telling us the audio is good. Oh, this is I like these Q&As when it's just with the members and
Mhm.
the patrons. It's so much more chill. It's so much more relaxed. But you guys need to send us questions. Oh wait, we already have a question.
And you don't. Oh, Kenji, thank you for the first question. Everyone else, think of
Think of a question.
yeah. Kenji is saying was almost figured out by my family, meaning about your atheism, because they asked me for advice about religion, lol, and they noticed my lack of enthusiasm. How do you fake enthusiasm while still in the closet?
Wait,
Oh, that's tough because I was never. I had when I was still living at home, I had to go along with some religious stuff, but I was the type of person where I made my disdain known. But I understand that a lot of people don't have that type of situation. Um, how would you fake enthusiasm while still being in the closet? I guess it depends on what the topic is. You're like, because they were asking for my advice about religion. Like, I think you could be like, oh, just go listen to a scholar. Like, that could be a pretty good deflection. I don't know.
this would be easy for me because I'm very interested in religion. So as an atheist, I could put like my
Your hat
Muslim,
on. Yeah.
my Christian, my reform moderate Christian hat on, my fundamentalist Christian hat on, my I would have so much fun with this. I wish I know this is like yeah, it's not fair to say that because you're probably this probably sucks for you. But
Privilege!
I
Your
would have
privilege
so
is
much
showing.
fun. Yeah, my privilege is right. I would have so much fun with this, right? But I would again, I'm not saying trying to demean your situation because I would have fun with it because I know I have the option to like you're stuck with that, right? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But like if it was like if I had the option because I know I could basically stop pretending anytime I want, it would be so much fun for me to like play play along a little bit and be like, well, according to Ghazali this, but according to Ibn Taymiyyah, like I mean, this has been a
Yeah.
debate. Like I don't know, what was the question? I'm actually very curious to know.
Wait, Kenji is providing more context.
Oh,
Saying for context, my family knows I know a ton and ask me for questions about the dean like I'm a sheikh, and I need to keep my relationship with them good because of financial security. I totally
right.
understand that. And I don't want you to be hard on yourself and like think that you're an imposter for like any of those reasons because there are millions of people in the same situation, right? That's just a
Yeah, yeah,
side
yeah.
note.
Is
Um,
it is
I think
is becoming passionate about it an option, or are you like done with the whole thing? But go on.
or maybe you could be enthusiastic about it but in a completely different way. Like internally you're framing it the way that Armin frames it. Where you're like, I'm gonna put on my fake hat. Like, let's see how good I can do. You know, like maybe if you try to make it more of a more fun, more playful, but not like
I know.
would be if I said like make it more like a game, that makes it sound like you're trying to pull one over on someone, right? Like it's malicious, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just like
you could even like smuggle in some critical thinking. You could be like, instead of like giving the answer, you could be like, well, let's think about this together. You know what I mean? What would you think the answer would be, right? If, you know, well, this person thought this and this person thought this. What do you think, right? Maybe like get them to like, instead of giving the answer, be like, well, I'm going to encourage you guys to think along with me. And I don't know. It could be fun. It could be fun. I don't know. Anyways. I don't know. Maybe it's not fun at all. Again, if it's not fun at all, don't hate me for suggesting that it could be fun, okay? Because I don't know the context, I don't know the background.
We're just trying to be creative.
I'm just trying to be creative. Like this might come off as so tone deaf because you might be, you know, such a horrible some other people listening might be in such a horrible situation that for me to even suggest that maybe you could have fun with it is coming across to them as so tone deaf. So I recognize that. I'm sorry.
Right. We're doing the best we can. Yes, let's find some other questions. Ghost Bunny is doing the general mental health check-in. How are you guys doing today? How are you mentally? Did you eat? Yes, I did. Are you hydrated well? I think I'm a little dehydrated right now because I have a little bit of a headache, but
I think I'm
I got my big boy right here. You drink so much water. You're the water champ. The water champ. People are like, "Oh, Armin has to pee all the time." He's like literally before the stream, like,
like I drink like a liter of water in like
30 seconds.
10 seconds.
Boys, man's is thirsty. He'd be thirsty.
Like I was listening to advice on how much water you should drink, and they were like 15. I was like, 15?
15 what?
I was like, oh my God, I'm actually behind. I thought I was doing well. And then I like 15, they said 15 glasses. I'm like, 15 glasses? I thought you mean 15 liters. Like you got really 15 glasses?
How large
I do that.
I
don't like, I get over 15 glasses like before my morning even starts. 15 glasses, what a joke.
Like, but how big are those? How big is each glass? Like 8 ounces? What are we talking about?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
I need answers, people.
So you're saying, how are you guys mentally? I'm actually very good today. I was like thinking about how good I am at not just like planning for not like there are a lot of people who keep planning things, forget that they need to enjoy the moment as well. And I was like, I actually don't do that. I'm actually pretty good. I'm like enjoying things that are about to come, but I also remember to be like, you know, today is actually good. Like I don't have to be like, well, when this happens, then that happens, and then that happens. Everything is going to be so great, and I can't wait. Like, yes, that I do some of that, but some of them like, you know what? Today is also great. You know, I don't have to wait for all of that, right? Today is also great. So I'm good mentally. And also, yes, I have eaten, and I'm currently eating as well. Look at this. This is so yummy.
Always eating.
I'm always eating. Always eating. Look at that.
It's impressive, honestly.
All right, but Katie had a question.
Secular Rarity is asking, are you worried about the coup in Myanmar will result in more killings of the Rohingya? Personally, I'm not familiar enough with this conflict to be able to give an educated answer.
Well, actually, I don't know.
Hopefully, no. Yeah.
I don't know. I was very discouraged with how much popular support is against the Rohingyas within not just average Myanmarese. How do you say Burmese? Let's say Burmese. Myanmarese.
Yeah.
Average Burmese people seem to be Like, yes, screw those people. So I don't know how much. Again, I don't know maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't know the details. So I don't know how much is this going to increase or decrease that. So I don't know. But Katie had a question.
Yes. Katie is asking, did you see the Indian government opposed same-sex marriage in court yesterday, saying that it would be the downfall of the traditional family? I still need to
Wow.
dig into that, all those updates that have been happening with this case. Thank you for sending me a lot of articles, Katie. I think because of our news editor can't always turn around things that quickly. I know there were some developments today, so we're probably going to have to talk about it on the news next week. And I know that the court delayed or made delays in the case, so we'll see how things develop. But I mean, it's a standard argument. I'm not exactly surprised. And then Katie is saying, meanwhile, apologists try to make BJP sound gay friendly for a rainbow colored metro station. Allyship. We give you a rainbow bus. No.
We'll take away marriage and give you a rainbow.
A rainbow bus.
Oh my, that's so bad.
I mean, like, if you also had your rights, that would like be no big deal. That'd be pretty fun. Like where I live, like there's a ton of sidewalks that are rainbow. You know, like it doesn't really mean anything, but it's cool.
Music Guy is saying there's actually no clinical studies on how much water you should drink. The whole 8 glasses a day was made up. Music Guy, the exact amount is made up, but the fact that drinking more water has benefits, that is not made up. You don't need to drink as much as I am. I just drink it because I like when I start eating.
Water champ.
No, when I start eating, I don't want to eat because my tummy is empty, right? I just noticed that if my tummy is full with water, I eat slowly. Like once I start eating, after I drink a whole bunch of water, I eat slower because I'm not like shoving it down because I'm so like hungry, right? So I enjoy the food more because it's now about enjoying every bite, every taste, and I get so much full a lot faster when I drink a lot of water, right? But there is a lot of benefits to drinking more water. There is lots of studies that show there's a lot of benefits to it, but how much exactly? Yeah, that's not a science. That's not really well known yet. But yeah,
I try to drink like 2 of these a day. Oops, which is like I think 80 ounces of water. Yeah, but I'm not very good at it. I really do need to drink more. It probably help clear up my skin. Although my skin it's been doing a lot better today or recently.
I mean, it's one of the
Ghost
three
Bunny,
main.
That's the most important answer to Ghost Bunny's question. I've been working on my skin. It's been paying off, and that's all I care about.
I mean, drinking more water is one of the three main things that has been proven. Actually, yeah, like sleeping a lot, drinking a lot of water, eating healthy, and moving. Right, even like even if you can't exercise, just like making sure like you're not stationary. These are the 4 things that have been time tested. Like, yeah, these are the 4 main things. Oh, and not smoking, obviously.
Yeah, I'm so glad I cut that out of my life.
Oof, I can't believe it was. Never mind.
Yeah, for years.
Here, this is more of a comment.
I believe Facebook. Oh, so this is about Myanmar again. I believe Facebook and Instagram recently banned the military accounts for inciting the genocide last time.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fascinating. Could you? It sucks. I can't tell people to send me articles on Twitter anymore, guys. Rip. Please, I'd love to read more about that. Please, either join our Discord and post it in the news recommendation channel, or my Instagram is also in the description. I guess that's where my DMs live now, is Instagram. Ghost Bunny saying, "Dear India, just because something is tradition doesn't mean it's good." Very apt point, Ghost Bunny. In order
Easy.
to progress, you need to cut ties with toxic traditions and rituals. Please do better. But okay, so if they're saying that it undermines traditional family values, then what about? Hey, Deb, how's it going?
Deborah's here! Yay! Listen.
The thing is, what does that do for all the apologists who say that Hinduism is LGBT accepting? Are you know, like, which is it? Which is it? So
Also,
put on
that
your
means that you
Hindu
should
apologism hat and explain this to me. Explain this to me.
also, I would want to issue a fatwa and say that Hindutva is bid'ah of Hinduism. So for the sake of tradition, you know, you have to go back to Hinduism and get rid of Hindutva. It's bid'ah. I'm going to issue a fatwa. Fatwa issued right here. I like how I'm doing. I like how I'm issuing, I'm issuing a fatwa by doing the cross on Hinduism.
How many levels?
Yes. Armin's fatwa, an atheist fatwa on Hindu being bid'ah on, yeah, anyways.
Oh my god.
That was like so meta.
You know, I actually need to do more research because I want to determine if your Hindutva is bid'ah on Hinduism. Like, I want to see how true that is. I need to learn a lot more.
You can just trust me.
One of my obstacles is, though, a lot of content I listen to is in English, and I listen to it or watch it in the background while I'm working. But the problem is, a lot of the content I've found about the issues that I'm interested in regarding India is in a different language, which means that I can't consume as much content learning about this subject because I need to give it my full attention to read the subtitles. So, guys, if you have good sources that are in English that are about, like, foundational Hindu beliefs and also Hindutva ideological origins, please send it my way because that has been a barrier in me learning more about India recently.
Yeah, I mean, actually, there's a lot of good content. I could send you some, but there's a lot of good content on Hinduism and India, but there's not that much on English content on Hindutva and modern Indian history. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an Audible on Hindutva.
I want to see this.
And there's none.
Peter Friedrich's, what's his book? Saffron Fascism. I really want to read his book. I need to see if he has it on Audible. Because we watch Faye D'Souza's news. Well, she's been reporting on this guy. He is in trouble with the Indian government because they accuse him of having contact with the ISI. But the thing is, like, it's so funny to me. It's such a small world because people have been recommending that we have him on the show for months now. Like, he's well known in anti-Hindutva circles.
Good, let's have him.
And they're like, oh, Peter Friedrich, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, hey, wait, I know that guy. Or I know who he is.
This one.
Goddess Katie is saying the government, this is talking about the gay marriage, is using the same delaying tactics for gay marriage that they used for gay sex 2 years ago. The government lawyer even said that this issue isn't important, so delays don't matter. That's BS. But wait, I just want to point out how crazy it is that the timeline of progression from gay sex being decriminalized 2 years ago to now debating gay marriage. Like, that delay is BS, but the how short, the brevity of that, the difference between those two events is crazy. I can't think of like any other country where it was that quick. So, well, that is BS. Like, that does show you how quickly attitudes have changed in India. Whereas
Yes.
in countries like America, it took decades between these two issues for attitudes to evolve. Obviously,
Wow,
attitudes.
some optimism here. That's great.
Obviously,
Yeah.
attitudes still do need to evolve more, but like, that's turning on a dime. Even having that debate that quickly is huge. So it's all about your perspective. What do you think about male guardianship law that Al Azhar is trying to pass?
That sounds like something we need to cover in the news.
Well, obviously, male guardian is just like,
Yeah, I mean, that seems more like, I mean, our take on it. What do you think, Dahlia's our take is on it? Like, obviously, boo. Okay, so
you know what?
yeah, what?
They're right. No, I'm kidding. I'm completely kidding, guys.
No, but this is actually news that we need to. The dance between CC and Al Azhar is something more people need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Dolly, I love it how politics and theology get mixed together. It's just so much. I mean, I know. Wait, it's interesting. I know it's horrible, but it's interesting.
Yeah. We don't actually love it. We're actually very passionate about the opposite. But yeah, Dolly, send me an article about that so I can read. I think that law will make Egypt like Saudi Arabia in the past.
I don't know if Egyptians are going to be able to, like, I don't know. I don't think Egyptians will tolerate that. Like, that's not something you could do to Egyptians.
I don't know. I haven't seen like what attitudes are like nowadays.
We need to do more research on this, Dolly. Thank you for bringing this.
We do need, or in Egypt in general. So, well, that reminds me of another thing. We are going to be talking about male guardianship in Gaza this week on the news. And one thing that I thought was interesting about the article we're going to cover is it points out how there's a lot of economic issues that go into male guardianship, which I hadn't really considered before.
Yeah, but and also let's be clear. This is not a binary thing, okay? Like male guardianship, like we have that in Saudi Arabia, and we still have it, by the way, for people who think that it's not there. I mean, in Iran, for example, there are some limitations, some things that the men, obviously it's not as bad as Saudi Arabia, but it's still like your husband can decide that you don't get to go to university.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't get to travel outside of the country. The husband can decide that you don't get to do that, right? But it is frowned upon a lot more in Iran by society than it is in Saudi Arabia when somebody does take advantage of that. So it's not just like a male guardianship. It's not like an on or off switch. There's a spectrum to how severe it could get. Well, and all of it, even though it's a spectrum, all of it is bad, right? Obviously. Okay, all of it is bad, and
it's obviously complete patent absurdity that is a legal standard, right? But Armin is important in saying that there are gray areas in that legal standard, and also the attitudes in regards to. Well, no, I like that's not what I meant. I meant
gradients. I think you mean.
Thank you, gradients. Mm-hmm. And also differences in, although that might be on the books, might not be cultural attitudes towards actually taking advantage of those in various places.
Wait.
Oh, what is the ideal pet companion?
Deborah also had a question. We need to get back to that. Where is that question that I missed?
I always grew up with dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm inclined towards dogs. But you really have to love that dog. You know, I kind of wish I could have like a mythical pet, like a familiar. You know, that was just like magical, so I didn't have to like explicitly like feed it.
I think a fish that you could eat when it grows, because instead of like costing you time and resources, it's actually giving you something back. So if you have a fish, like if you have a pool, that you can have pet fishes, and then you feed it, and then it grows, and then you barbecue it. Then instead of like a dog and a cat that is like taking away, a dog and a cat is like, I don't, I would eat my dog and cat, but I don't think it would be frowned upon by society, so I can't do that.
It's
But
bad enough that you just admitted that publicly. That's bad
no,
enough.
no, no, but I think the problem with the dog and a cat is that it takes time and energy and resources away from you. But if you have a fish that you could eat, you give something and you get something back. You eat it when it's ready, right? So that's my you cannot cut over the fish. Well, why? Yeah, but you can eat it, right? Like a fish is like tasty, like
You cannot cuddle with a fish. Koi are pretty cool though, and so like I think the koi would be like the closest thing that you could see to like what you want, as in a fish that would grow large enough for you to eat. But the problem is that koi are really expensive.
Yeah, no. All right, hold on. Deborah had something else you could say. Are you saying fatwa? Yeah, we were saying fatwa. I just learned that fatwas are not necessarily binding by law. Depends on the country.
Yeah.
And it's true, right? I mean, only in one country it's binding, I think, right now, which is in Iran. And even then, you could undo it if if it's life and death. So
I thought
I mean,
they weren't necessarily legally binding in Iran. All of them are, or only some of them are?
no, the ones by Khamenei, it basically is above the law.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If Khamenei even says break the law, then you have to break the law. He's above the law. But what the recent argument is that Khamenei came out with a fatwa a couple of years ago saying that nuclear weapons are haram, and now the people who are trying to undo that are suggesting the argument, the religious argument for that is that, well, for what else is haram? Eating pork is haram, right?
Mm-hmm.
But according to Islam, if you're starving to death, you can eat pork. You can even eat your dead companions, if it means survival, right? So they're saying like if it's about survival, even God's laws can be broken. So if God's laws can be broken, do you not think like a fatwa cannot be broken if it's about survival? So that's how you go around the fatwa, which is actually pretty strategic.
Wait, so then that's why who was that government? It was a government official, right? Talking about
yeah, the head of the
cats, comparing the fatwas and the
but we don't know how. Yeah,
cats.
well, let's not get into that because we don't really. That will open like I have to explain. We don't know if that was Khamenei's blessing or without it. So we don't know right now. So let's not open that.
I don't know. I just want to hear you go on a tangent.
No. Oh yeah, AJ is saying why there's no super chat function. Yeah, because I think super chats are only for public streams.
Really?
Yeah. But thank you for looking.
That's not true. We have oh wait, no, this is members only? Is that why? Because if it's unlisted, you can do super chats.
No, you can't. If you can, then you should be able to now. So I don't know.
Because on SJME, when you're doing an unlisted stream, you can super chat.
Then we have to look into our settings.
Yeah. Well, AJ,
I don't know why
you're bringing that to our attention.
Yeah, thank you, AJ.
From our perspective, we can't see stuff like that unless we go look at the stream.
Music guy is saying, will AR ever do a Q&A with Rivka? Rivka is very busy.
Yeah.
We're lucky to get her even once a week, but if she wants to, if she has time, we would love that.
And seeing what her schedule's like with time zones and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Get to know
Yeah.
Rivka. Man, behind the scenes, she has some funny stories.
Yeah.
Well, India is also a country where gay sex was once legalized and then criminalized again.
Yeah, we remember that.
Yeah. Has that happened anywhere else? I wonder if that's
like,
happened
yeah,
anywhere else.
no, yeah. Like,
I mean, that happened in
there,
that happened
you
in
know,
California with marriage equality. You know,
you know what they're doing, Susie? They're edging their gaze. It's the
fucking leaving. I hate you.
True, it's true.
Yeah, but many activists have always said that they will get to marriage soon as they win the war with legalizing gay sex. Wait, but many activists have always said they will get to the gay marriage soon as. Well, I mean, yeah, that just makes sense. These things have to come in a progression, right? I mean, I'd be very surprised if a country legalized gay marriage before they legalized gay sex. They're like, you can be married, but but don't you dare touch each other.
Imagine you have like Hindus from mob peeking into their house, like, stop
no
it!
Honeymoon, no.
You guys can get married, but that's about it.
God.
That would be so funny. Only in India that would be possible.
No, that's not true.
I know, I'm kidding. But it would be, there should be a movie or something.
You get the marriage, but not the sex. It's like, well, God.
Oh, so Dolly is saying, Dolly, by the way, from Egypt, saying men love the new law. Do they really? I mean, I'm speaking so okay, so in Iran, men love to at least a lot of men love to do like this whole I'm for women virtue thing. So like if there's ever news of like whenever there's a news that a man, like a religious man or any man, like did something, like use the laws to make sure that his wife is not able to leave the country, there's like a giant public backlash, and then the men are falling over each other to show who is more pro woman, who's more anti-government, anti-Sharia law and stuff like that. So it's weird that in Egypt is, I would guess like in Egypt it was something similar. So I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Like, but maybe, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, there was a case about that recently that I think we might cover. There was an Olympic athlete who was recently refused to go compete by her husband that made news. And I think we should cover that.
Yeah, they make movies about that even, like to show how bad this is, right?
There was that movie, a very famous one about her. I think it was just called A Separation. It was a dramatization. I still need to see that. The weekly art seems to have taken a hard, not safe for work turn. Why the change? Wait, what are you talking about?
That was always our plan. We were just easing you into it. We were just like we guys were not ready, so we wanted to give you like a little bit, show you a little bit of like sex it up level by level, so that you guys, if you don't get, apparently Harshit was not prepared.
Wait, but like they were already pretty sexy.
I mean, I think Harshit is not used to saying. I think Harshit is more used to saying like, here's the thing. This is sexism right here, okay? Because when you show, can I say these words? I'm gonna. When you show,
can I say anything?
When you show vagines, people are like, ooh, okay, that's artistic. Like, yeah. But then when you show like, what did I say? What's the word for that on YouTube?
Eggplant.
Okay, no, that's not very.
Peen.
The peen. When you show the peen, people are like, whoa, 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 whoa. So I think there's like some anti-male sexism happening Yeah. So yeah, because we've been showing female genitals a lot on our art, and now that we're showing male genitals, people are like, "Holy crap! What the hell happened?" So see, this is anti-male sexism.
I mean, to be fair, every time I see the drawings that we just, especially the one that we just did of the devil, I call it the devil trio. Every time I see his Johnson, I start laughing because I can't take it.
Yeah, you're right. Every time we show the art,
I die. I'm like, holy crap. I can't believe it.
oh yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Alex is saying our word for YouTube should be cockroach.
Maybe.
If only that wasn't so disgusting. Men deserve better than having their Johnsons called cockroaches.
Hey, this is actually good. I like this. I know this is sarcasm, but I'm sure Harshit is saying pets ? More like emergency food. Why not both? They could be both.
Oh no.
I'm actually now looking differently at like maybe herding cats. Just in case there's like an end of the world situation, then I have my cats.
Those cats that always piss you off in your neighborhood.
Cats don't piss me off unless when they're quiet.
Yeah, but they haven't been quiet for a long time now. That's the problem.
Oh, Ghost Bunny. Actually, Ghost Bunny is right. Ideal pet companion. Everyone is wrong. The ideal pet companion is a bunny.
They also taste fantastic.
Yes, and there's no taboo in eating bunnies. They're perfect. They're unlike. Okay, so the problem with the fish is that the fish is not cute and cuddly, right? The problem with dogs and cats is that people demonize you eating them. Bunnies are perfect middle ground. They're cute and cuddly, and it's normal to eat them. Bunny, you're right.
Sitting at home, and she's like, "That's not what I meant."
No, but you're right. Bunnies are the perfect pets. They serve multiple purposes. I'm gonna get my bunnies. You know, I heard they taste very good if you treat them nice. Like when you're digging, like when you're chewing the meat, you could tell that this bunny was raised with love. I could just taste it. It just like no. What? Yeah. So that's haram. That's what makes it better. It's better because it's haram. See, it actually serves three purposes now. Okay, it's haram. They're cute while they're alive, and they're delicious when they're dead. Great suggestion from Ghost Bunny. Okay, wait. Hershey is saying more context. The earlier art pieces were risque, but still something which could be shown to say one's folk, but because they're anti-male genitals, that's why. Yeah. That's why. That's what yes.
The only explanation. This is sexism.
Okay, so Goddess Kate is saying bunnies keep crapping everywhere though. Which pet doesn't? They all
bunnies
do.
Kind of smell. They kind of smell.
Well, keep them outside. Yeah. But they are delicious. You're right. Okay. What's the next question? Oh, we have a question.
I don't think this is a question, but when I was little in Egypt, my family asked me to pick out the bunny from the butcher I wanted home to take home as a pet, and then we had that one for dinner. Oh my god!
I mean, you're honoring them by consuming them.
No, because they're saying like pick out the one that you want as a pet, and they're like, okay, now you're gonna eat that one.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't there a Homer Simpson episode in this when he was crying while eating his pet lobster?
I actually I don't think I've ever seen I don't think I've seen a complete episode of The Simpsons. So I don't even know.
It goes funny. Read this.
If someone wants to eat me that day, wait, I mean, oh no, I'm so triggered. Don't eat me.
Ghost Bunny saying my rabbit never smelled bad. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, there's probably a way to keep a rabbit clean. I don't know.
Should I? I'm not gonna ever tell them my squirrel story. Should I?
No, you can't. You can't talk about that on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Really? It's a good story.
His squirrel story made me give a shocked face. Like
It was no.
there
Okay.
was only one thing that topped
There's
that.
nothing. There's nothing wrong about anything that I told you, and you know it. Oh, here's a question. As an atheist,
as an atheist, how do you distinguish between illusion and reality as both are related to our brain? Well, illusions usually are not consistent. So this is called reality testing. We try to see, can you replicate what you have
that's
seen?
a great answer, Susie.
Yeah. Can you replicate what you experienced? But here's the thing, our brains can replicate false things. So what do? You can verify with some other people. Are you also observing this? Collectively, do we observe this together? You know?
Yeah. Also, yeah, it's whether there are certain things about objective reality that is some of the attributes of objective reality are that it's repeatable, it's consistent. The models that you build based on objective reality is not contradictory, and the models that you build based on objective reality has predictive power, right? You know this to be true about objective reality, but it is possible for an illusion to have all those attributes and still be an illusion. It's very unlikely, right? But if an illusion has all of those attributes, then it's indistinguishable from reality, and for practical reasons, you might as well treat it as objective reality, right? That was a very profound answer. If you could recognize it, if you know the hikmah in what I just said, your mind has been blown.
Do you see the hikmah?
Right. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, Nico's saying there's no final test if it's an illusion, but everything is only an illusion, can't be falsified. So it's easy to prove something is okay. So if anything is not repeatable, is self-contradictory, we know for it to be an illusion, right? But it's possible for an illusion to have all the attributes that is impossible, that also objective reality has. It's possible for an illusion to be like that. But again, who gives a crap? If an illusion has all the attributes of objective reality, then for practical reasons, for us, we could treat it as objective reality, right? So it doesn't really matter anymore if it's an illusion or not. Okay. Do we have more questions? No, we don't. We could end this. Oh, here. We have another question. As an atheist, I feel stressed 80% of my time because I have to pretend that I'm a Muslim in work. How can I find a way to reduce the pressure? God damn. It's hard for me to give this advice to you because I'm speaking from you from a position of privilege where I don't have to do that. So, and again, when I lived in Iran, what I did is not advisable, because when I lived in Iran under an Islamic theocracy, I didn't pretend to be a Muslim, and I was too outspoken. I mean, I was a teen. I was going through a rebellious phase of being a teenage rebel, and I think I was lucky enough for me to leave before being that outspoken about my atheism got me into trouble, right? So what I did was I didn't pretend to be a Muslim. And that is not, I don't advise that. No,
No.
do not do what I was doing. So I'm not in a position to give any good advice right now.
Well,
Hmm.
you find community.
Yes.
You know, there are lots of people like you who can't talk about what you deal with in their openly in their public life, you know. So you can find online communities like ours
Yes.
where you can.
Yes, but Delhi has found our community. I think she wants it to be more active, and I think she's helping with that. So that's great. So thank you, Delhi, with that. Thank you so much. Yeah, we really need that. So, and I also think like some people think like it's not the same, as like being able to openly be yourself. I mean, you can't. One thing I suggest, again, I know that this might not, again, take this with a grain of salt. Do not make decisions unless you talk to more people. And again, this probably will pass as financial advice. And I have to give you the disclaimer that I am not a financial expert or an expert in giving career advice. So be skeptical about what I'm saying and do more research before you do anything like this. But try to get online jobs. Try to develop skills that you could sell online on websites like Fiverr or Upwork, so that you don't have to go to work like your job, and even if you manage to get away from where you are right now, your job is not tied to a location. That as long as you have a laptop and an internet connection, you could make money. I think a lot of ex-Muslims need, that's a really good career path for a lot of ex-Muslims, to not have to rely on their parents or on a job that requires you to pretend who you are, like you're just selling your skills online. And there's a lot of YouTube, like when it comes to skills, you could learn accounting, and these are, you could learn these by just consuming free YouTube videos. You don't even have to pay for courses. There's enough free YouTube videos. You could learn animation, you could learn drawing, you could learn social media skills,
Translating.
Translating. Oh my god, yeah,
That's lucrative, especially
that's,
like Arabic.
yeah. Arabic,
Or
English to Arabic, Arabic to English, or
transcribing.
yeah,
They say like,
transcribing.
I'll
Yeah.
transcribe your meeting minutes. Just give a
Yeah.
written list of everything that was said, especially in languages like Arabic.
Yeah, and learn how to also like learn how to learn new skills fast, but also learn how to sell them. Right? Not don't just learn the skills. Right? So, for example, let's say you want to do animation. Maybe you watch a whole bunch of videos on how to do animation, but then you also learn. There's also a bunch of YouTube videos on how to sell my skills on Fiverr or on Upwork or on some other platforms. Right? So there's also courses not just on how to get the skill, but also how to sell your skill. So that's my advice. But again, do your own research.
Also, learn like web development or coding.
This is a high barrier. Okay, maybe if you're passionate, if you're passionate about that, right? But I'm telling you, like, there's so many skills that you don't need like years of learning to become good, and you can sell it. You know what I mean? Like, if you speak English and Arabic, you could already start doing selling translation. And you could get
already.
Yeah, you could get better at it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. But yeah, also learn how to learn fast, okay? Because whatever you're selling that is useful today might not be useful tomorrow. So the best skill to learn is the skill of learning in the shortest amount of time, right?
Competitive in the marketplace.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dolly. Saying it's overwhelming because work environment is bad, homophobic, and misogynist. Yeah. Try to get financial independence like that so that you don't have to deal with people. You choose the people you have to deal with instead of them having to choose it for you. Yeah. I hope that's some help.
Oh wait, Music Guy is asking us a question. Armin, Susie, do you listen to music whilst you work out? What motivates you? Um,
Yes, I do.
what is
Susie doesn't work at.
what is working out?
I do listen to music.
Como se dice working out?
I have a problem with music. Like sometimes I'm like waiting for like I know this next set is gonna be hard, so I'm listening. I'm waiting for the right music to be like really pumping me up for it. And if it's the right music, then if I listened to it last week, it's not gonna do it for me this week because I overuse that music. So I have to like keep finding new really good music, and I'm really picky that it's just gonna be the right type of, just going to be really aggressive, really powerful to make me go through this like set. And yeah, it's just like if I keep reusing the same music, it's not going to have the same effect in a week. So it's really that's a challenge for me to constantly. Yeah,
what you guys are learning is how incredibly specific Armin is.
Yeah, it's a curse.
Wait, Tony's comment.
Wait. No.
Hell yeah.
I hate his music. That's one thing I don't like about it. Okay, let's read this. Harshit is like, we're edging Harshit now.
Oh my god. Reality is not objective per se. E.g., my blue is not the same as your blue. We just.
Oh my god, Harshit. I'm going to come beat you up.
Oh no.
In wait, not really. Joking, okay? Reality is not objective per se. That's a definition of being objective, okay? What do you mean reality is not objective? Your perception of reality, perception of reality is different from my perception of reality. Reality is objective by definition. Just because your perception of reality is different, that doesn't make reality different. That doesn't make reality not objective. Okay? So for example, blue is objectively certain wavelengths are always a certain, like just because I'm going to see this wavelength, my eyes and my brain is going to perceive this wavelength different from your eyes and your brain. That doesn't mean the wavelength is different. And that doesn't mean that the chemical reaction that happens for that wavelength to have an effect on my eye and the neurons that take that information to my brain, what is happening is objectively a certain chemical reaction. That chemical reaction might be a different chemical reaction that was happening in your brain, but the fact what the chemical reactions that are happening, they're objectively happening.
Okay. This is so funny. Wait, oh my god. It goes from secular rarity, it's Harshit. Armin is going after Harshit today. So really, I was like, who are they gonna go after?
Oh yeah, see, Nico is right. Do not confuse blue with the experience of blue. Blue light has a defined wavelength. Exactly. Nico gets it.
Hey, I understand. Finally, I caught up with an AR stream. Welcome.
We only have 7 more minutes though. So ask your question, Ian. We are gonna be we're gonna focus on Ian's question because
hello.
Oh. Which one do you think is the most amusing religion? Amusing. Islam. What do you mean by amuse? How do you define amusing? Define amusing.
I'm being very technical. You're so literal. I can't stand you.
Okay, so these are two different definitions.
How can we overthink this, Armin?
Causing laughter or providing entertainment. So if causing laughter, Hinduism. Providing entertainment, Islam. Especially because I like mysteries, and there's so many things that has not been discovered about the reality of Islam, like Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism. They have been studied by secular scholars forever, right? Islam hasn't been. So there's so much mystery left, and that's entertaining. The possibility of discovering new things about Islam is very entertaining to me.
I think. What about you? Oh, Stony Lonesome is right. Because I was gonna say like there are various cults that have very specific beliefs that are just so amusing. And Stony Lonesome saying my favorite religion are those like Black Hebrew Israelite, Rastafari, Nation of Islam, Jehovah's Witnesses, and Hotep. I don't even know if I can say that. So I mean, those are all separate groups, right? But the Black Hebrew Israelites. Now, the Black Hebrew Israelites are effing amusing. Oh my god! I used to go talk to those guys on
True.
purpose, which is like the equivalent, like my racial equivalent of talking to the Triple K. It goes so deep. I can't even get into everything they believe. They believe that the chariots of fire are UFOs. They're anti-vax. They're like into naturalistic health. They hate white people. Like there's so many different levels, and it's fascinating. Oh my god! When I was talking to them, I can't tell you how many times they asked me if I was the feds. They're like, "Why are you asking questions?" Just amazing. Just chef's kiss.
All right, we need to do questions really fast. Harsh is saying, because we're only at 5 more minutes, I posted this for Nico as well. It is not a sharply defined peak, but a range of wavelengths, and the range can vary based on the subjective experience of an individual. But what the definitions, what you decide how to define the wavelengths, where the blue starts and where purple, ends. Those decisions are separate from the objective of reality that this wavelength is like has a higher frequency than that one, right? Those are, and even you deciding we're going to decide from this wavelength to this wavelength, we're going to decide that we're going to call this blue, okay? You could be like, that's subjective, but those subjective decisions also happened because of objective chemical reactions in our brain that made us decide one thing over something else, right? So the subjectivity of how we describe nature does not challenge its underlying objective reality.
Wait, Ion is asking a question, and we have to take him since he just joined.
Okay.
Armin, what happened to 2 streams depending on 2 time zones? Well, the truth is that Armin doesn't want to do it without me anymore.
Yeah. It's been. I really enjoyed these streams when Susie's around, and that other time Susie's not around, and it just doesn't. I don't feel it. It just, if Susie at some point joins that other time zone, then I'll do them. It's just not the same. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I'll try for you guys. I'll try, but it's just so, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
You need Susie.
I need my Susie.
Tony
All right.
Lonesome is saying Triple K sounds like the opening act at a Lil Wayne concert. No, that's 666 Mafia. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, this is actually a very important question. Next question: Constantinople or Istanbul? Which name is better for the Turkish city? Yes, obviously Constantinople. Why? Why did they change that? Like I don't understand why they changed that. Isn't there a song about this? There's a song about the name change.
Istanbul or Constantinople?
Yes. Why did they change it? It's like so much history in that name.
Also, Constantinople is just really fun to say.
Yes. At least like with Ctesiphon and Baghdad, you could be like, well, technically Baghdad is a little bit over there and Ctesiphon is a little bit over here, right? You could say stuff like that. All right. But like, what? It's the same city. Why did somebody have to explain this? Turks, you have to explain yourself.
I demand answers.
Okay, we need to go. Yeah, we need to go. Oh, wait.
One last question from Ion since he made it.
Well, we actually technically answered this. Because we talked about objective reality and whether or not we said, okay, so Ian, when you were in here, what we suggested is that if objective reality is indistinguishable from an illusion, if for all practical reasons, it doesn't really matter that it's not real. You could treat it as real, right? It's basically, this is the whole dragon in the garage. Hold on, let me see. Dragon in the garage, and then you have Russell's teapot. And what was the third one?
The pink unicorn?
No.
No.
Flying spaghetti monster and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically not, if you can't, unfalsifiable claim, so you could ignore it, right?
Yeah. Oh, AGA is saying, had an emergency yesterday, and when things were uncertain as to what was wrong with me, one thing I was thinking about was how important this one life is, and that I no longer waste it worshiping some god. We're so glad that you're feeling better, AGA. Get plenty of rest, take care of yourself, and I'm glad that you could join us for this stream. I hope that you get to tune out, the BS going on for a little while. Hopefully we made you laugh. And yeah. Take care of yourself, friend.
I just want to read the definition of solipsism for people who don't know. Most of the time when you say that, for me, the brain in the vat thing comes to mind, right? But the actual definition is the philosophical idea that only one's mind is sure to exist, as an epistemological position. Knowledge of anything outside one's own mind is unsure. The external world and other minds cannot be known and might not exist outside the mind, right? So the way that people summarize this is they come like, for laymen, the explanation is like, imagine the Matrix, or imagine if your brain is in a vat and everything you're experiencing is just being fed to your brain. There's no way that you could prove that none of that is true, right? And yeah, it's true. You can't prove that, but who gives a crap? Everything that I'm experiencing is seemingly following a certain non-contradictory models that have predictive power, and they're repeatable, and that is how it exactly would be like if it was objectively real. So you could treat it the same way. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not really, because at least so arguing with postmodernists is like arguing with solipsists. Arguing with postmodernists is worse because solipsists care about what is real, right? They are very obsessed in actually knowing what is real, right? Postmodernists don't even care about what is real, right? So as frustrating as you think solipsists are, postmodernists are worse. Anyways, we have to go. It's been over an hour. Guys, thank you so much. This was fun. We talked philosophy, we talked history, we talked about eating our pets, and we talked about becoming more sexually explicit in our art. We went all over the place. So yeah, this is what you get when you do these live streams with us, right? So
tomorrow you're doing a secular jihadist live stream that's going to be really good.
Yes.
So if you're a patron on secular jihadist, make
sure you come over there. Yeah. I know Dolly and Ghost Bunny are there as well.
Yeah, so. It's going to be really good. Am I invited? Should I, or would that be a good one for me to join?
Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah, you would be the best.
Yeah.
Anyways,
wait, no, I have one question for you, Armin. Though.
What question? Go ahead.
What should we watch tonight when we're working?
Ooh, we can't tell people. They're gonna think like we're some crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're just gonna have to leave you guys waiting.
Yeah.
Wondering.
Yeah, me and Susie, we watch content with each other while
spiciest.
The spiciest content. Yes. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye. Love you guys.